Now, I think at the last meetup, I had not yet talked about my volcano exhibit, right? Okay, so that's my other funnel. I can show you guys that. Do you guys want to eat first, or you want to hear about the volcano?
Volcano.
Yeah. I don't have the video of the boxing yet. You're gonna have to come next month. Yeah, literally the 7-Eleven right there. I like went to open it. I went to like pull the door open. Oh, can't open the door this way. Push. Okay, yeah, that worked. And then I go and I pay for this stuff. Still listening to this underground man from the 1800s. Just I can't explain that book. It's freaking wild to listen to though. But yeah, all right. Boom! like a pool of blood. It was just like that, just immediately, like. Anyways. So yeah, PhRUG. This was the big long-term plan with PhRUG is I want to be doing like sort of like project finance for the e-trike stuff. Like if we got a TODA who's wanting to electrify, then at some point we'll be able to like kind of say, hey, as a TODA, we're raising money, and then like their family that's overseas in England or Canada or whatever could put money up and do some kind of finance along those lines. But that like requires a bunch of legal registrations and all of that SEC clearance, special SEC clearances and more reporting. So we're not going to do that for now. So just kind of building brand equity around the name. So I got a bunch of poems, all the PhRUG meetups are on here. Different posters and science exhibits and stuff I've done. And so now the homepage is this book funnel to try and get a list happening. And then there's Handa or Handa. I don't know how many of these you guys recognize any of these three guys. Yeah. Are those politicians? Not politics adjacent. Say. Oh, all right. Anybody? Nobody? So this is USEC Solidum, DOST. This is CHED, something higher education. CHED, yeah, CHED. And this is the president of Batanga State University. Okay, we'll see. This doesn't buffer very well, but let's see how it goes. Sometimes it lags. It's a short video though. This is one of our e-trikes. Our e-trikes got ORCRs this week, finally, after fucking like a year.
Makanda na tayo.
Oh.
Pwede ba?
Nakikita.
Tayo na. Makanda na tayo. Makanda. Get ready. Get ready. We're getting ready. Get ready.
I couldn't follow your intonation.
Yeah, sorry. Tara na. Makanda na tayo.
Could you hear that? Did it come through? Anyways, I'm saying Makanda, and they're saying Makanda, and they're fixing my bad intonation. That's all it is. So you get the idea. You guys will probably recognize this guy, but you're not going to be able to hear him either. All right, well, you're just going to have to recognize him and not hear what he says. But he said the same thing.
Tara na, maghanda na kayo.
You guys know that guy, huh? Don't recognize him either? That's how he said Reno.
Oh.
Yeah. That his place.
Yeah.
This is that, and that in the background, that's to Al. When I took my volcano picture, this one, that's from his house. So Project Booba. Okay, so yeah, it's a funnel. It's just a really basic one, but the technology that I displayed at BSU earlier this month is called Abangan Bubog Ocasional. So this is Abo here. So it's an automated device where if an eruption will happen, you've got these trays that open, starting from the bottom, opens, so whatever ash falls in there. And then the next one opens, and then the next one opens, and the next one opens. So you've got very precise time stamp of when a particular amount of ash fell. So you can kind of back calculate much more detailed chemical, like the chemical evolution of the ash as it was erupting, which you can then kind of work your way backwards and say this is what was happening as the volcano was erupting, which working even further back, you can start to understand better the mechanisms and the processes that are happening, which hopefully would help you to understand or to predict better. Yes.
What's the trigger for an opening?
The volcano, like PhRUG.
How does it go?
That's something that PhRUG will do, because you don't know what way the wind's going to be blowing. Like around Ta'al, there's a PhRUG observatory right on the shores of Ta'al. So like if you're out in the Aleutians in Alaska somewhere where it's like hundreds of kilometers away from the closest anything, then you would have different program logic, but it would be the responsible volcanologist who would be the best people to establish the logic. I mean, microcontrollers will just open when you tell them to open. So you can like making a certain kind of set of logic is just, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that's the science project. So EPDC, this is part of ASTI in DOST. So one of their staff, we started working. I've done different battery management systems and stuff in the past. Had them help me with some stuff there. So I worked with one of the gals to put that prototype together, which is partly because me and my entire family swam into Owl Lake 10 days before it erupted in 2020. Yeah. So, and like a month before that, a friend of mine visited and we tried to go on. They would not let people on the island because of earthquakes. Too many earthquakes happening. Oh, we're kind of worried something's going to happen. Then the earthquake stopped, so they let people go back on the island again. And then boom. So the moral of the story is that earthquakes are not what you need in terms of actually saying when it's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, it's volcanoes are cool science. It's not Ruby per se, but I mean, making stuff and throwing up a page and adding stuff to it is really easy with Jekyll. So, so yeah, I mean, I like it. I could spend time and make the CSS better, but I don't care. So yeah, I just throw stuff up there and so yeah. And here's my little funnel. And perhaps we'll get a group of people who would want to deploy these things around what, like Mayon. Mayon would be kind of a cool one because it happens so often that if you had a good one, you could like you get good practice, right? Because it happens all the time, even though it's not like a catastrophic eruption. Ta'al's had little eruptions like 3 or 4 times this year already. Just little ones though. Down in Cebu, I'm forgetting the name right now. But Canlaon? Yeah. I mean, there's so many volcanoes here, right? I mean, that's part of why I came here in the first place. So, I'm very lucky to be able to do this, like have these kinds of little nerd side projects. And yeah, so I mean, I had taken a condensed matter, like I had taken a Coursera course about volcanoes, which actually ended up being a condensed matter physics course from Ludwig Maximilian's University, which has like 20-something Nobel laureates graduated from that university. The guy who runs the experimental volcanology lab, where they run like experimental volcano blast chambers, graduated from my university in Canada. Crazy. So his lab took these scanning electron microscope photos of the ash that I sent him. Very, very lucky in that way. So yun lang.
Konti pa, konti pa.
Funnels. Shall we eat? Yep. Let's eat.